Siema, kontynuujemy Alana Wake'a Remastered i zaczynamy 4. akt, odcinek można powiedzieć. Oczywiście
Couldn't focus. There were only
jesteśmy
empty sheets of paper here. No manuscript pages.
w swoim pokoju, ale mamy kroplówkę. Ktoś chodzi na dole.
The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
Okej.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah, I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message, loud and clear.
Quite right. That's the spirit. You're being
Rzucę się
very
do niego.
brave, Alan.
Kurde.
I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
No to idziemy.
This corridor is for patients. Most of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip. Except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan.
Już idę. Czekaj. No chyba nie pojedzie bez nas. O, jaki misio. Kurde, pozamykane. Czyli nie jesteśmy w swoim pokoju, tylko w klinice
Alan,
jego.
from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way,
Ciska nam
Alan.
kita
I wasn't
jakiegoś.
ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
It's all in your head. You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth.
Ale on wolno chodzi.
Fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Widzę tam termos z kawą. Ale ja chcę tam się dostać. Tam termos z kawą jest. Kurde no. O. A. Ci jest. Okej. Chyba zegar taki słoneczny.
I never get tired of this view. Very
Tak,
inspiring,
widoki.
isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see
Spoko.
Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me.
Znowu za nim
Alan, what
muszę
I'm
iść.
telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well? It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the
I
illness.
let him talk.
After all,
Hartman
I'm the
obviously
one
loved
trying
his
to
own
bring you
voice.
out of the
His
world
words
you've
echoed
constructed
madly
for
inside
yourself.
my head.
But I
I
can't
dug my
do
nails
it
into
by
the palms of my
myself.
hands to stay
You need
focused.
to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
Dobra. Tam klawo.
Scary, scary, scary.
Emerson.
Ale najważniejsze to.
Dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Okay, sorry.
Okej. Czyli tutaj będziemy mieli ten generator, bo pewnie będziemy się po ciemku tu wracać. O, kolejny termos.
Now, you might have noticed
Tu jacyś psychiczni naprawdę są. Ta śpiewa,
as a part of the therapy.
ten jakieś cuda robi, a ten maluje.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Fajny obraz malujesz. Bardzo ciekawy. Inspirujący. Dobra, bo nasz kompan wszedł tutaj. A, to jest ten goryl. Co ja mogę czytać? Czekaj. Aha. Tutaj. Nie mów, że on będzie kazał się jakimś badziewiem. A, tutaj sobie...
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm coming. Oh, what a storm.
I hope it wipes this place
A
off
to
the
ci.
face of the earth.
And these two are the
Harry'owcy.
Anderson brothers, Odin and Thor. They had a, how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Okej.
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this. It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
Okej.
Down, lest we'd forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Okej, notatka pierwsza.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He, too, my head was clearing up. Or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy.
Wróć do
I was
pokoju.
convinced he was lying to me about everything.
Okej, ale tutaj
Crazy or
chyba
not,
do pokoju, tak?
The Andersons made more sense.
Tu jest telewizor. No, coś mi się wydaje, że będziemy tu wracać. Na razie spokój. A, możemy biec.
Yeah, good thing he's not overreacting or anything.
Well, he's the boss.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you know who jumpy. You know how they get.
To think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not
A
human.
tutaj jest.
A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Okej. A bym chciał... Tutaj jakiś kod mamy. QR. Aż zobaczę sobie tylko, czy go się da przeskanować. Pokaż. Zaraz zobaczymy.
Hartman wanted me to write. I knew I couldn't, but I figured I should just play along for now.
Jest coś,
It was
jakiś
the only thing
filmik
I could do
jest.
with Nurse Birch watching me like a hawk.
Czy to jest zwiastun? Nie wiem, jest krótki. Minuta z czymś. Pokazuje. Może to jest... może to jest... ten... Do dwójki jakiś.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs.
The doors were locked. Hartman and the nurses would have keys, but there was no way to get my hands on them.
Czytaj. Okej, tu widać jakiegoś, że pisze. Ciekawe. No dobra. Może to jakiś smaczek był, że dwójkę prowadzą. I to może tylko w remasterze jest? Możliwe. Dobra, udajemy się do pokoju, bo co nas... Tutaj mamy... łóżko. A, to już na spokój. To po co my windą jechaliśmy? Bóg wie co. To naokoło szliśmy? Bez sensu. Takie... tak obkrążać to. On chciał, żebyśmy pospacerowali, co nie? Dobra.
The white glare of the blank page image in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, wench.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak now, are
No to
we?
idziemy zobaczyć, co się dzieje.
Well, things are unraveling fast, aren't they?
It's my store. I'm taking.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Nie mamy latarki.
We're on a comeback tour, baby.
Zobaczmy, co się tam dzieje.
Hammer's way will
Sinclair
have
looked
it
bad.
say, rise
That
up
wasn't
in
a
their
love tap. The
name.
crazy old fart hit her hard.
Backstage is
If she was
all
one of Hartman's
yours,
goons,
Tom.
she had it
Seize
coming.
your
I could
destiny.
get the key to the office wing from Sinclair. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my
Come
manuscript
out and
pages.
face the music,
That's where he'd been
Bert.
keeping
It's
them.
time to pay the piper.
No
Maybe
i
you could come out and
gdzie to biuro będzie?
a dumb diapered ass for it. Since you're so tough.
Załatwili tą pielęgniarkę chorzy ludzie.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan.
Ciekawe, tutaj bardzo ciekawe
The markings on the tape
malunki.
said they were recordings Hartman had made of the sessions with his
Now,
patients.
Mrs. Wake,
I saw Alice's
can you
name
tell
on
me
one of
about
them.
Alan's
For a
problems?
moment, I couldn't breathe right.
More out of control all the time. The parties, he's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words, the phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this, just a recording. The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
Się rozgadał trochę.
I represent a celebrity.
Barry? Ow! About time! Barry, man, I'm glad to see you.
We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
Dobra.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but...
Dobra, przerwaliśmy mu. Nie chce mi się jego gadaniny słuchać.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
No i go zabił, można powiedzieć. No bo tam był taki uśmieszek, czy mamy notatkę.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach.
Dobra.
I had to find a way out.
Wszystko się wali. Dobra. Nie. Whoa.
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Ja zaraz ginę. No i zginąłem, bo nic nie widziałem. Cholipka. Jeszcze tutaj ten telewizor. A, można telewizor. Kurde, dobra, pierw notatka.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable...
Most of us have felt the shadow on us. The shiver down your back.
No to nie jest ciekawy ten. Dobra, to omijamy oczywiście. O. Dobra, biegniemy. O nie! Gdzie to jest? Chyba uciekamy stąd. A! Uciekaj. Już idę. Tu jeszcze widzę. Czekaj. Już będę szedł. Mamy do latarki, ale... Dobra, idę już do ciebie. Ty świecisz.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al.
No, dzięki.
Oh God! Look at the house, Al.
Dobra. Mamy przejście. Dobra, ale to będziemy już kontynuować w następnym odcinku. Dalszą przygodę. Ja się z wami żegnam. Do następnego odcinka. Na razie, cześć.